Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
I had to come back in the house. It was just too hot outside today. I still have the furniture out there, but man, oh man, was I sweating. But today we're going to talk about 3 stocks that honestly, I don't have 2 in my portfolio, so I can't tell you that you should have these stocks. But I use all 3 in one way or another. That's going to be Amazon, Google, and Tesla. So 2 of these stocks are actually doing pretty well. Amazon is up 19% as of the making of this video for the year. Google is up about 28% to 29% for the year. And then Tesla is actually down about 32% for the year. Now, for all of you who don't know, I do some Google spending. I also purchase on Amazon. I buy food from there. I buy my soap from Amazon. And sometimes gifts from Amazon as well. And then as for Tesla, I invest in the Tesla stock. So I want to put that all out there because I think it is important that when you listen to someone, not taking my advice because I'm just an average guy on YouTube, but when you listen to someone, you should know the full context of why I'm saying what I'm saying or why I'm talking the way I'm talking. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, when I tell people is if you invest in something, you must first know about the company, you must like the company, and you should also use the company or want to use the company. And the reason I say that is because I don't own a Tesla, so I don't necessarily use the company. But I do want to use the company. I do want that push for electric vehicles, and I do believe that they are far ahead of the competitors. Now, the Kona is very, very cheap for those of you who don't know, and I almost just bought a Kona recently. I've upgraded the electrical in my house so that I can power charge my car from home, which would be the most efficient way for me to live my life. So with that being said, I just love the fact that everything can be more efficient. And now that I've got the electrical upgrade out of the way, the energy usage in my house has went down about $40 a month, which is great. Now, granted, I spent about $4,800 to do the electrical upgrade, so I'm not going to make my money back anytime soon. But $40 a month is like what, like $500 a year, $520 a year, something like that. So I'm very, very excited. In the long run, I probably won't be here that long in this one property, but I'm very, very excited of the cost savings in that regard. I'm going to be doing more with the home in terms of eventually buying an electric vehicle. And so I just love the fact that there's some benefits that come along with this, saving money, which is my goal all the time, and then making money, which is also my goal all the time. And so you have to figure that in to what you're doing. So I was actually thinking that Amazon would be pretty good in this market because they were good during the pandemic. They'll figure out a way to stay afloat even now. But people do want to go outside more. The problem is they can't. They're not making the same money that they used to with inflation and everything else. So I've been hearing that these cruise lines, these vacation trips, everyone wants to spend money on that because they haven't been able to do so. So they're not allowing inflation to dictate if they're going to go on vacation or not, especially with summer now being here. That's what everyone wants to do, right? You want to enjoy yourself. You worked hard all winter so that you can enjoy yourself for the 3 to 4 months of summer. And so I completely understand that. But there's going to be people who just simply can't go on vacation. The job demands too much of them, X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be. And so when I look at Amazon stock, I'm saying, how will Amazon be impacted by this? Will it be hard for Amazon to maintain their numbers if everyone is going on vacation and then they don't have money to necessarily spend on individualized items and things of that nature? So the truth is, I actually do not see Amazon being impacted by this. And the main reason for that is because Amazon's competitors are never really top of mind. And so when you look at even Home Depot, who sells their own products, right? Or you look at Apple, who sells their own products. You look at eBay, who sells multiple products. Or OfferUp, that sells multiple products. None of these necessarily become front of mind. When you're looking for something to buy, even if it's on Best Buy for electronics and gadgets, you're probably going to Amazon to see, do they have what I'm looking for? And so all these other companies outside of eBay are very specific in terms of what you are looking for, because, again, they're just trying to hit a specific demographic, a specific type of person. Yeah, granted, I do look at Best Buy first when it comes to tech. Granted, I do look at GameStop first when it comes to games. But for anything else, I'm looking at Amazon. And so I just don't see Amazon being impacted by it because, again, the way I live my life is the way I believe. Not necessarily all people live their life, but the majority will see it. It's the advertising, it's the promotion, direct to consumer. It's how they have marketed themselves over the years that, okay, now you can get your medicine here. Now you can do this. Now you can do that. Eventually, it just becomes ingrained in you to kind of use that system more. I don't even go to Walmart for my soap anymore. I just get it off of Amazon. Not only is it cheaper, but I get a large amount of it at one time, right? I don't go and buy beans in the grocery store. I get it off of Amazon. It's cheaper, and I get a large supply at one time for those dry foods. I can probably start looking at getting rice from Amazon as well. It might be cheaper, and I can get, again, a better quality of the food. Now, if it's something that I'm not necessarily used to having, like I went to this Mediterranean restaurant and I had this spicy black bean hummus. It was unbelievable. Now, I Googled the ingredients and I said, okay, I can search a store for all this stuff, or I can buy it off of Amazon because I've never seen these products before. So guess what I did? I bought it off of Amazon because I didn't want the effort of having to swift through several stores to figure out where it is that I can get X, Y, and Z, this and that, whatever. And so I see Amazon staying profitable. 19% is a little lower than I would expect, but we all know that the average gain in the stock market is about 7 to 11%. And the stock market has been doing pretty well this year, is at like 30% this year. So Amazon is not really even beating the stock market as a whole. So where is the money being funneled to? Google at 28% is closer to the stock market average, which is okay. But again, we want to be beating it. And then Tesla really having a down year. I talked about it earlier where cars were freezing in Chicago. You couldn't really charge your vehicle, especially in these major cities who can't charge in the house. So now, what type of demographic are you really reaching? What type of consumer are you really reaching when you go to these major cities and they can't necessarily use your vehicle because they would have to be waiting at a pump for 30 minutes in order to, go somewhere. So I think a big thing that Tesla really needs to do is actually improve on the charging supply of these pumps. Improve the way charging is done to where you can actually charge a car in 10 minutes or less. It needs to be 10 minutes or less because right now it just is way too time consuming to charge a vehicle. Now, 15 minutes, I think for now in 2024 to 2026 is okay. But as you're really looking to ramp up, if it takes more than 15 minutes to charge a vehicle, it's just a no-no. I mean, that's why I'm looking at charging in the home, because obviously if I had to buy a Tesla in New York or Chicago or any of these other places, I would not. Absolutely not. I mean, now granted, they are starting to have charging stations in various locations, especially if you work for the city. They have charging stations that are free for you to use. So if you work for the city, it's very advantageous for you to just charge your car there. I mean, imagine not even having to pay for gas, and now you just get this free charging station working for the city. At least in Columbus, I see that they have free charging stations. So with that being said, there's definitely some benefits that can lead to you saving a whole lot of money, and you can really feel like it's actually cheaper for you to go into the office now because you're saving money on electricity use rather than working from home. Because one, you get to charge your car there. You don't have to charge your laptop there. You can charge it at work. So there's many benefits to using the facility if you work for the city. And I do apologize. My nose is like very, very itchy. My eyes are itchy. When I was out there was a lot of dead leaves and everything just all up in the air. I'm not allergic to anything, but yeah, it's really gotten to my nose, man. I might need to take another shower already, and it's only 1 o'clock. But so what am I doing moving forward? I don't really like, as you know, I don't really like stocks that don't pay a dividend. I am invested in Tesla, and it is one of my larger holdings. It's not as large as it once was, as I've been investing more into ETFs. But I will continue to invest in Tesla. Why is down 32%, and I don't foresee it being down for too much longer. We do need to get back into prosperity along the way, because I do see that Tesla hasn't been around long enough to really stir people in that direction to continue to buy. Like a Facebook. I actually think Facebook might be more profitable than Tesla in the long run. And the reason for that is because people have been using it their whole lives, and the advertising dollars are going to continue to be going towards Facebook and Facebook products. The reason why Tesla needs a push in terms of economic stability is because, one, their cars are still expensive, and that's why they're looking at the robo-taxi. And then two, with the interest rates the way they are, and with really not saving too much on costs, once we do have a Republican in the House, I'm not sure you'll still have those tax credits, the $7,500 tax credits. And so Tesla will lose profits from that as well. This really will affect the electric car companies come 2025 on who they vote for and what they're trying to do. Now, granted, I'm not really trying to put my political beliefs out there, but let's say Trump is in office, I can foresee more economic prosperity for the whole of the country versus just one industry being impacted very nicely by President Biden. So with that being said, that can lead to more benefits, more investment gains, to have different opportunities in different markets to be looking at. It will also alleviate some pressure from people to have to go electric, because gas prices will go down, and the oil industry will be better than it is right now. There wouldn't be as many wars. And a lot of people say, how can you predict that? Well, it's just history. History repeats itself. And we saw that there wasn't many wars previously. So why would I assume that these wars would continue when you have different leadership? So with that being said, I hope you liked, subscribe to the video. I hope you learned something today. I think Google is a great company to invest in, with them being leaner. They are going to face some pushback from letting go of staff. But when you get rid of all that nice stuff and you focus on the business and the fundamentals and making money, you will see that people will love Google for that, and they will definitely reward them with buying their stock. In fact, Google might be the company that I invest in next. So I'm thinking about it. It's definitely worth investing in right now, even 28% up for the year. I might wait for it to go down a little bit, but it's definitely something I'm going to have to put on my watch list after this video and look for a drop in price before I start to dive in and dig into that. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. What do you think about Amazon stock? Let me know in the comment section down below, because that's the only one that I'm really not pushing towards buying right now. But obviously, it's always been a solid company. So what do you guys think about Amazon stock? Let me know, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.